Washington State Senate candidate Tiffany Smiley is a Republican. She says she supports a state law guaranteeing the right to an abortion up to fetal viability. And polls show her closing the gap on Democratic Senate incumbent Patty Murray. Patty Murray has been a senator for 30 years. Tiffany Smiley joins us now. So our Fox News Power ranking, call for number 2, shows this as a solid Democrat race. But you are within striking distance in some of your own polls.
Yes.
What are you hearing and seeing on the ground, especially when it comes to inflation?
Yes, we have the momentum in this campaign and to address the abortion issue long before the unprecedented leak came out of the Supreme Court opinion. I have long said that it belongs in the state closest to the voters. I respect the voters of Washington State. And you know what I can do? I can ensure that women have access to contraception, health care, and child care. And unlike Patty Murray, I will get it done. Unfortunately, my opponent refuses to address the issues that are facing Washington families every single day. Economy, inflation, skyrocketing grocery prices, gas prices still high. We have some of the highest in the nation. Crime is through the roof. We have a humanitarian crisis going on in our streets in Washington State with the homeless crisis. And Patty Murray does not talk about this. That's why I have launched my agenda for recovery and reform. And most recently, political recovery and reform, because the voters have lost confidence in our system, and rightfully so, because we failed to deliver results to the issues that they are facing. I am so excited to get into the Senate and be a voice for the people of Washington State. Patty Murray is a voice for Washington, D.C., and all of us are suffering because of that. I look forward to ensuring that we enact term limits. That, you know what, I've even said, and this is pretty bold, but it resonates, and it's true because I've been in this position too, that if politicians in D.C. cannot pass a budget, then they shouldn't get paid. I look forward to pledging to 10 town halls every year in different counties all over Washington State. So the voice of the people is heard and that we can find solutions that deliver results. That's what's on the ballot this November.
So before you can do that, obviously, then you have to try to win in November. Are you going to be able to debate Patty Murray?
So I have accepted 4 debates. It has been a little over 4 weeks, and we haven't heard from Patty Murray. In fact, she won't even get on an editorial board Zoom interview with me, which I think is a direct disrespect to the voters of Washington State. They deserve to hear our differing visions and how we will lead Washington State and fight for the people of Washington. And in fact, anyone in this country can join in this fight to hold Joe Biden and Patty Murray accountable for their failed policies at smileyforwashington.com, all spelled out. We have the momentum. We have the voice of the people behind us. And we are very excited about where we're at here in Washington State.
Before I lose you, is she refusing to debate, or she just hasn't agreed to any dates yet?
She hasn't agreed to any dates yet. They are set on the calendar by the debate commissions. We have agreed to those dates, and we have yet to hear from her. She says she will debate me, but has yet to agree to the dates that are on the calendar. I'm happy to be flexible and gracious. I understand her schedule. But I mean, I think it's indicative, just the editorial board. I had to call them out because if the corporate media here in Washington State won't hold Patty Murray accountable, I will.
Let me ask you one other thing about... Do you feel like there is enough momentum for change that you are seeing that maybe is not reflected in the polls? Because the Real Clear Politics average for the Washington Senate race right now is Murray +6. But we just saw in the New York Times yesterday a piece by the political analyst, who said these polls might not be right. They might not be capturing what's really happening on the ground. So let's give you a chance just to say, are you hearing something different than what these polls might be saying?
Yes, parents are frustrated, and we just recently heard Patty Murray double down that she has no regrets on being an advocate for school closures. We have a teacher strike, so kids are continually out of school again here in Washington State. So parents are frustrated. They want to be heard. People want their voices to be heard. Not only that, we have issues in this city of Seattle with the homeless crisis, and people are not listening to the people on the ground who are facing, not only a public safety crisis, but a massive economic crisis. You can't even get a cup of coffee on the hometown shop on Capitol Hill because crime is so bad.
Right. Well, Tiffany Smiley, I've been wanting to talk to you for a while. Glad that we have met.
Thank
no
you.
doubt we'll see you before the midterm election, just a little less than 7 weeks from now. Thank you.
Yes.